Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here on YOUCANIC we have a 2016 Dodge Journey. On this Dodge Journey we're going to go over the process of how you would replace your window regulator, just the motor. The motor is just this unit here. Sometimes your motor, just the motor itself goes bad, and if you know that you maybe replaced the assembly not too long ago, you just might want to be changing the motor out. We're going to start with removing these covers. With just a small screwdriver or a pick tool to get in there. So we've removed those covers, and then using a screwdriver to remove the master switch or some good non-marring tool to get in there, and you just work it in and then pull it out. It's just got clips on both sides, these metal clips that hold it in. And then once you get this pulled up, then you'll push these tabs on the electric connectors and unhook them. Then we'll take our P2 here to undo this screw, and then this cover, you can just pull it out, pop it out, and then be able to slide it out that way and remove that. And then we have one last bolt right down here, which is a T30. So we've got the T30 bolt removed, and now we'll work our way around by popping push pins. A lot of times right around here is a spot to go in on other vehicles, not so much this one. So you just got to work your tool between the door and the plastic panel. And then there is a little bit of a clip on the top of the door here that goes in here, but as you raise the door panel up, this one will pop out. And now just work it up and be able to work it out. And remember, there is one electric cable on the back side you will squeeze together, which is this one here. So to replace this motor, of course you've had to remove the inner door panel, and then once you've removed that, then you can gain access to the motor to replace it. Now if you're just replacing this and you're leaving the glass in, you want to make sure that the glass is all the way down so that when you pull this motor off, it doesn't drop down. Or you'll want to secure the glass up and above. Either way, you don't want it to move when you remove this motor. So to gain better access to this motor, we're going to just undo this connector over here. We just got to open it a bit, and then that way we can get this cable to move up out of the way. And then when that's out of the way, we have 3 screws here that are a T25. Then we have this clip. You got to push the red clip back, and then you can be able to squeeze and undo the electric. And now we'll undo these 3 screws. So we have these 3 screws that have been removed from the window regulator motor. Now we can just pull this motor out and be able to get a new one and to replace it. Now things you're going to want to look, you want to make sure that all the teeth are here and in good order on this wheel, as well as on the regulator motor itself. Now if these have been worn off, and it might not actually be the motor itself that's bad, it's that the window regulator is jammed somewhere and you've spun all the splines off of this. But if everything looks good there and you know this motor is getting no access, you've tested it, ohms tested, make sure that you have conduit power running through it or not, then you just get a new motor and put it on. Or if you're replacing just the window regulator unit itself, which is this big old plastic piece, and that's going to be a lot more intricate, more involved video to do that, and we'll go over that. But if you're replacing just that unit, you would replace it, and you would still need to take your motor off your old unit and put it on this one, as long as the motor is still good. So you take the new motor, or a good used one, and just press it in there, lining up the splines and the teeth here, and then you'll be able to put the screws in and tighten them. Okay, so we got all the 3 screws in and tightened. Then we're going to take this clip and snap it in and pull the safety clip back in and lock that in. Then you would clip this back on and proceed to put your door panel back on if you were just replacing the motor. So that's how you would replace your window regulator motor and just the motor on your 2016 Dodge Journey. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic. Install our door panel, and we have this electric that's going to connect on here, as well as these 2 that we can run up here to be able to connect to our master switch. So we just want to make sure that we hook this one up. With that hooked, then we can run these through here so that we can get them when we put the master switch back on. And then we're going to raise the door. And so you raise the door and know that we have our door lock, and we want to make sure that that comes through. And then we need to take the door itself and you work it over the weather stripping. I'm going to line this door lock up in the hole. And so it's in the lock position right now. That's why it's down. You had to move the handle a little bit. It was off a teeny bit. We just had to move it up and down to get, there's a clip that goes in there. And now we'll just work our way around, snapping all of the, make sure we still have access to the electric cables for our master switch. We got one T27 bolt that goes right in here. And then we've got this cover piece to put on it. We just set that into place. We've got one, we'll go ahead and install this cover, holding our handle, and then being able to snap this cover into place. And now, I'm going to have one Phillips head to tighten up in here. And so that's been tightened in. And then you'll be able to take your master switch, connect that up, both the cables, and then you just snap this back in there. So we've installed the master electrical switch for your electric mirrors and your windows. The window back in on your driver's side and your inner door panel has been reattached after you've done all the work behind the door that you need to on your 2016 Dodge Journey. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.